Africa Coalition concludes its talks in Kempton Park, east of Johannesburg. Professor William Gumede will continue as facilitator of the convention on the second and last day. Now, the 7 political parties who are part of the coalition say that their agenda is to unseat the ANC and to keep the EFF out of power. They say that they also set priorities which they subscribe to, and these include growing the economy and creating jobs, also ending load shedding and achieving energy security. The talks are still ongoing as to who will lead the coalition next year should they unseat the ANC government. People affected by the Marikana massacre have called for June 16 to be declared, August the 16th rather, to be declared a public holiday. The call is coupled with the insistence that legal action be pursued against President Cyril Ramaphosa and police officers who were on duty on the 16th of August 2012. Yesterday, a commemorative event to mark 11 years since 34 mine workers were killed by police was held in Marikana near Rustenburg. The Senzo Meyiwa murder trial is expected to resume this morning in the High Court in Pretoria, with police officer Thabo Mosia back on the stand. Mosia was one of the first police officers called to the Meyiwa crime scene at Kelly Khumalo's mother's house in Vosloorus, east of Johannesburg. Yesterday, Mosia went through some photographs and exhibits that were collected at the crime scene, and 5 men are currently on trial for the murder of the soccer star who was shot and killed in 2014. And SABC News has learned that United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres will fly to South Africa early next week to attend the 15th BRICS Summit in Johannesburg. Now, he's among the group of 67 leaders and 20 international organizations that have been invited by the hosts. His attendance makes him the first UN Secretary General to attend a BRICS Summit, a likely nod to the growing importance of the bloc. And that concludes our headline bulletin at 6:30. Let's take a look at this morning's edition of This Day in History.
Journalist, academic, and anti-apartheid activist Ruth First was killed by a letter bomb in Maputo, Mozambique. The letter bomb was allegedly sent by apartheid intelligence agents. Craig Williamson and Roger Raven, who were responsible for her death, were granted amnesty by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
Traditional life insurance is an inconvenient process that requires filling many forms before scanning or faxing them all back to the insurer. Outsurance can get you up to 5 million rand life insurance without medicals or blood tests. No paperwork, no waiting for approvals. Instant cover with one quick call. I can get 1.5 million rand cover for only 396 rand a month.
SMS Life to 44202 for fast, easy, instant cover.
Get a McCafe short cappuccino brewed with 100% Arabica beans for just R19.90.
Speak to your advisor today and ensure your life with Hollard.
SABC News has signed a code of conduct that is enforced by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Under the code, we are committed to broadcasting news that is accurate, comment that is fair, and programming that is not harmful to children, does not amount to hate speech, and contains no gratuitous violence or explicit sex. If you think we are not living up to that code, you may inform the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Direct any complaint to P.O. Box 412365, Craig Hall 2024, or send a fax to 011-326-3198 or email to bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more information, please visit www.bccsa.co.za.
Are you interested in the luxurious and flexi vibes of leisure? and staying on top of fashion, beauty, and wellness trends? Are you interested in live music performances and exploring the creativity in the arts? Or just love marveling at the amazing global scenery? Are you hitting the road for an all-time adventure while you're nibbling here and there? Well, Trends Live is where all of that and more is at. We're here to set the mood for the weekend and keep you up to date on the latest trends. We're switching it up. Catch us on our new time slot, delivered to you by fresh new faces and an exceptional team. See you every Friday at 8 p.m. on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back to Morning Live. My name is Vasiwe Ngobo for your sports desk. In your sport news in this hour, Manchester City beat Sevilla 5-4 on penalties last night, this to win the UEFA Super Cup for the first time in their history. The score at the end of regulation time was 1-1. The first 9 spot kicks of the shootout were all converted, but it was Nemanja who struck his penalty against the crossbar to hand City the victory.
And it is 2-2. Goal. 3-3.
In news from the DStv Premiership, Steve Gombela recorded his first victory as Morocco Swallows head coach with a last gasp 2-1 victory over Sekhukhune United at the Bidamugaba Stadium last night. Swallows were first to score through Lindogutle Mtshali, but Sekhukhune equalized through a well-timed run and conversion by Chibuke Ohizu to take the teams into the half-time break deadlocked at 1-1. The match seemed to be heading for a draw when Badra Sangare was deemed to have scored an own goal after being barged over the line by Gabadinho Mango in the 4th minute of stoppage time.
He's been forced over the line. I think the referee has blown for a goal. It wasn't a foul.
All right, and that's the note in which we wrap up your sport news in this hour. I'll be bringing you the rest of the sports news for today from Sandton, where the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture is honouring both the Banyana team as well as the Spar Proteas. But still to come on Morning Live this morning, in a first for South Africa's coal mining industry, human rights lawyers representing former and present coal mine workers this week filed a coal class action application with the High Court. Sakina will be in conversation with the instructing attorney for the coal class action, Dasanta Pile. Do stay tuned for that. Time now though for an ad break.
Jay, when we were watching Simunya Mara, we were dancing mobile room divider.
That's old. When men made us feel at home and 50-50 was just a show on TV.
That's because they were scared. Now we're learning lessons from the real bads on the estate and Guyani.
Hotspot Sally sets mom just right for the weekend.
Paying our TV licenses keeps industries alive. Let's stay informed, educated, and entertained.
Telling stories for the now generation. tvlic.co.za.
SABC News, hello.